Welcome, everybody. You're listening to 3 a.m. in the afternoon with myself, Nathan Gentry, alongside my
Ryan
good friend,
Ruby.
Ryan Ruby. Yes.
That's right.
And so we thank you for being here. And I think we just want to do some quick fire questions that you might be having right now. So, first thought, what on earth is this name? What is 3 a.m. in the afternoon? What does this mean? Well, this dates back to the first time that I heard anyone say something along the lines of 8 a.m. in the morning or 9 p.m. at night. It even just saying that leaves a bad taste in my mouth because of all the waste, the excess that is in there. It's redundant.
Yep. Precious syllables being wasted there.
So we wanted to take that and we wanted to flip it on its head. Say, well, we're going to make something that's nonsensical and turn that into a podcast. And so I think that also kind of represents what we want from this podcast. It's basically going to be Ryan and I talking about our lives, taking the things that are maybe the mundane or, you skip over as you get into the routine and bringing those to light, finding the humor in that. So I do feel the need to cite my sources. I was brought up right by my English teachers and professors and whatnot. So I do feel like I should shout out Ghost Runners Podcast, which is my top podcast. So, but definitely finish listening to this episode and any other episodes that we have out at the time you're listening to this before going over there. But yeah, I mean, it's basically, just some guys chatting, but it's fun. And I'm excited to see what we can make. All right. So the next big question that you're probably wondering is, who are these guys? Who am I listening to?
Yeah, who the heck are these guys with their amazing voices?
Yeah, exactly. These guys were meant to have a podcast. And so I figured, let's do some quick intros. Ryan,
definitely
take us away.
Yeah. So I'm Ryan. Ryan Ruby is my name. And I am a rising senior at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, studying computer science, originally hailing from quite a ways away, Omaha.
Yeah,
Nebraska.
all the way from Omaha.
And I am left-handed as well. That is a little bit of a fun fact about me.
Well, fun fact.
So that's a little bit about me. Nathan, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, I would love to. Thanks so much for giving me that opportunity.
Sure.
Don't
blow it.
Yeah, Nathan Gentry is my name. And podcasting is my game. And I'm also, alongside Ryan, I'm a rising senior in the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Nebraska, studying computer science. So some techie boys, I would say. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. The city of fountains, the Paris of the Plains.
Yep.
The rest. You know what they call it. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from now. Ryan and I are on Zoom, kind of doing this
right
remote. Yeah, he's looking just right in your eyes. And I guess a fun fact about me is I'm right-handed. So that's, you don't see that every day. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, that's wow.
But that's part of why I did want to have you on the podcast, is I think balance is important in terms of handedness. And so I think we did that well.
Yeah. 2 right-handed co-hosts. Ridiculous.
2 rights would be a wrong in that situation. So all right. And then probably a third question that you're wondering is this going to be any good?
I'm wondering.
I think it's going to be guaranteed. I think so.
Money back guarantee.
Exactly. Hopefully you're not spending anything, because
that would be a little.
We don't have any money. There's no money to give back.
Any money.
But I think one important thing is that I'm keeping in mind, and you definitely should too, as you're thinking, why am I listening to this? Is you look at the great shows. You look at The Office, you look at Parks and Rec, and season 1 is rough. It's never fun to watch.
Great.
It's almost always cringe. Yeah. And so I think, we realize we might be at that stage. We're definitely not, though. I mean, this is going to be a great episode. We got a great episode scheduled for you. And so it's just about how quickly can we get into season 3 form there.
And then kind of how can we drop off during the later seasons?
Exactly.
Just reaching those, the cast starts leaving.
Exactly. Contract negotiations go south. It's just not the same. So look forward to that in a few years' time.
We'd had a few years till we get there.
Yeah, we want to play out the whole kind of storyline here. So you have that to look forward to. So, starting now and listening through, it's going to pay off as you go through those kind of emotions and see us flounder at times and flourish in others. So no, it's going to be good. I think a fourth question is probably, can we just get into our regular schedule program?
I would like to. Yeah.
And yeah, let's do it. We could do two truths and a lie or something.
Two truths and a lie?
We could do that. The thing with that, okay, first of all, they're never balanced. I mean, talk about balance.
Sure.
They're never balanced. It's always like two like pretty interesting, like standout things.
Yeah.
And then
definitely.
the lie is like so mundane. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
definitely.
it's like, yeah, so hi everyone, my name's Nathan. When I was 13,
Hi, Nathan.
I met Barack Obama. When I was in 6th grade, I was on American Idol. And
Wow.
I'm allergic to gluten. So,
Okay.
yeah. that was 0 truths, 3 lies.
Yeah, I was gonna
Which
say
is
I
one of-
don't think you've done any of those, or any of those for that matter.
But it's always so unbalanced.
It is.
Or
It
people
is.
don't. I don't know. Also, fun facts are also hard to come by, I feel like. But
Well, I think the
Yeah,
point
go
of the game is deception.
That's true.
And sort of.
And that's my issue, though. That's my issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that first of all, we're starting off. We're trying to deceive each other out the gate.
Sure.
Say, I don't know you. I don't know how you tick. I don't know how to deceive you best.
Probably not
you
a
know?
good trust building
Yeah.
exercise here.
Exactly. And then also, yeah, I mean, down the road, maybe okay. First of all, it's no guarantee that I remember any of the facts, but if I do remember one of them or multiple, it's like I have no idea if that's the truth or not. Like I'll remember the fake fact, and
Exactly.
so that just sets the relationship off on a terrible.
You
foot.
sort of associate those three things with that person forever.
Yeah, so I can't bring
Yeah.
them bread. They're
Yeah, they're
celiac. It's like,
gluten.
no, that was the lie actually.
Yeah.
So
But they know Barack Obama.
But
so.
hey, yeah, so hey, hook me up.
Yeah, I agree. I personally don't like that game because I don't really like sharing things about myself like that much,
Okay.
even when they are lies.
So it sounds like
so-
a podcast is a great thing for you.
Well, yeah, that's sort of why I think I was struggling a little there with the introduction. It's like, well, how do they really want to know where I'm
Say,
from?
oh, they want to know.
Yeah, probably should say my name and
I'm dying to know.
you know. So, but yeah, two truths and a lie. It's just sort of like I never know how much, because like you said, the lie has to be sort of one of the more mundane things. But it's like, how mundane is that? What you said?
I feel like usually it is because
Yeah.
usually like when you're lying, you're like, well, this can't stand out too much because then they're gonna think it's ridiculous, and so they'll pick like your two most interesting facts, and then like kind of a mundane lie, and it's like, okay, it's obviously that one.
Yeah. You think it's easy to sort of.
But maybe not.
Keep
Maybe
it
I'm
out.
wrong. I mean, it's been a while since I played Two Truths and a Lie. Thank goodness. But
Sure.
there was a point in my life where I tried. This is where I'm at, kind of on the social anxiety scale, I guess. Not social anxiety, but I have the self-awareness. I'm like, I'm so bad at thinking of fun facts. So I'm like, I'll do the work ahead of time. So I came up with a list of like truths about me.
Okay.
Kind of a manifesto of sorts.
Yeah, gotcha.
And
Few
then
bullet
I
points.
pre-brainstormed lies that tried to like match the intensity.
That's some real dedication there.
But the issue is when you're playing that game, it's you need to have that list quick on the draw, and
You
you
do.
don't always know when you're gonna need it. So I think the first time it rolled around where I had the opportunity to use it, I couldn't like get it pulled out in time. So I'm like, oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys. This is so embarrassing. I left my list at home.
Say, guys,
I didn't
guys.
think we were gonna do this today. If I go grab it, is that okay? Can I just
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're
I've
at.
got it on Google Keep.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Do you want to play right now? I feel like
I would like to play.
Okay.
I would.
excellent. And
You're gonna. I haven't had any. I didn't prepare any.
Oh,
so I just hope that you're gonna.
Well,
be
I've
providing.
got some for you. So-
All right. Cool. So you. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's do this.
Let's see. I'm looking at my list right here, and yeah, I literally have two truths. One of them isn't even okay. Wait, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say one of them isn't even about me.
Interesting.
Which may or may not be true. All right, but then I brainstormed like a bunch of different lies, so that kind of tells you where I'm at.
Okay.
But okay. Here we go. All right, number one. In third grade, I participated in the annual White House Easter egg roll.
I've never even heard of this. So the annual White House Easter egg roll.
Well, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay. Number two. I got tendonitis in both ankles after a grueling 2 weeks of middle school track.
Both ankles?
Both ankles.
Okay.
You're like looking up tendonitis.
No, I'm looking up the White House Easter egg roll.
Okay. You think that's the lie? You think I lied about the event?
I probably should. I'm looking at the pictures like, do I got any little Nathans in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that looks like you.
So let's see the third one. Maybe that'll make things.
And the third
easier.
one is my brother was taken hostage by a street performer posing as a statue.
Okay. Your brother was taken hostage by a street performer?
So those are my three. First of all, where are you at right now as far as...
Okay. Well, I know what the White House Easter egg roll is now that I've looked it up. So I'm feeling confident that could have happened.
Yep, sure.
The thing that's getting me is that you did kind of slip up there earlier. You said one of these things did not even happen to me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that your brother was kidnapped, taken hostage.
You think so?
By a street performer. Unless maybe he was the one that attended the Easter egg roll.
Hey now.
And you.
Whoa.
So I'm thinking you did not, like, this is sort of where I'm at with two truths and a lie. They lie about it, but it's not a total lie. Like, they'll say, I didn't break both my arms. I just broke one of my arms. Yeah. That's what I think. You got tendonitis in one ankle, not two ankles. So I'm going to say that is the lie.
Let's go.
I was right.
No, I beat you.
Oh, no, I was wrong. Okay, wow.
I deceived you. You
deceived me with the sort of classic format.
Yeah. No,
so your brother was not taken hostage, though?
No, he was. Okay. No, I did not participate in the White House Easter egg roll.
Wow, that is amazing. I definitely.
That is amazing that you did not do that.
That you did not participate in this very exclusive event. I see.
So that's
I didn't see you in any of the photos, so maybe I should have.
That should have been that's the dead giveaway. So it was. I said it was in third grade, but it was actually in second grade.
Oh yeah, see that got me again.
No, but so that's my pre-prepared list. Again, one of them isn't even about me. Though, okay, sure. To be fair, it was a monumental moment in my life. It's not one that I really think about that often, but it certainly was at the time. We were on vacation in I was in elementary school, I think. And yeah, this guy is posed as a statue. He's got one arm out, kind of inviting a handshake. And I'm just kind of minding my business. But from what I hear, my brother takes him up on that.
Sure.
And he does not let go. He does not let go of my brother's hand.
Wow.
And so all of a sudden I'm looking, I don't know what's going on. The man's saying €5 for a picture or something like that. And so
buddy?
we
don't want no picture.
We paid him €5.
Oh, you took?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because
you paid him off.
Yeah. we do negotiate with hostage takers.
Apparently.
But yeah, that really shook me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?"
That could have been you if you had just
exactly. I could still be with that statue.
Well, if your parents hadn't paid for you, maybe it was your brother. They're like, "Yeah, no kidding. Here's the
say, oh well, we got to pay to get him out."
Nathan,
they wouldn't even notice that I was gone.
Like, would you take 4, 3?
Yeah, they're bartering.
€3. Yeah, they're like. They're really going hard for that.
Well, we'll get you a sandwich, but we're not gonna we've got a couple chewy granola bars.
Could you actually watch him for a little bit?
Yeah, we'll be right, but this is perfect actually.
Yeah.
So that was big. And then the tendonitis also both ankles.
Did happen. Both ankles. That is grueling.
okay. yeah, part of that.
I've never had tendonitis, can I just say?
Well, call yourself lucky. I don't think that's a phrase, but no, it actually wasn't that bad. But basically, what happened was, eighth grade. This is the first year that you can do track. I think you could start cross country in seventh grade or something like that. But eighth grade, I'm like, yeah, I'll do track. I've ran before.
Sure.
And so, I'm not too quick of a guy. So I'm like, all right, I'll do distance. And then at practice, you had to do like 3 sessions or something like 3 different activities of these track and field events. And so I was doing distance for one, which I'm like, I don't really like this very much. And then I participated in triple jump.
Okay.
As my other 2 activities. And let me tell you, I was not born to be a triple jumper.
No.
I really was not born to do track or field, I think is kind of what I found. Because again, yeah.
Certainly not both at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, triple jump, you do a little hop, step, and then try to jump into the pit.
I'm familiar.
Well, yeah, okay, good. I'll tell you what, I never once made it into the pit.
Wow.
So every time I was coming down with full force on the cement with my ankles. And I'm getting like 3 impacts on both of these ankles. And so I think that probably was a contributing factor.
Yeah.
So after about 2 weeks of that, my ankles were shot.
No kidding.
But luckily that provided me with an out. I
was going to say, did they take you off the triple jump? Because...
Well, okay, frankly, I don't even know if they knew I was doing it that much, because it was kind of on the honor system. You just kind of go to whatever event you want.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so
it doesn't seem like a great system.
It
personal opinion,
probably wasn't, but it's middle school track, so I don't know.
That's true.
We're not exactly, having Olympians, clearly.
Yeah.
But
I was going to do middle school track.
Oh, well, what stopped you?
When I say I was going to be forced to do middle school track by my mother. My mother said, "Listen, this whole no sports thing that you're sort of rocking with, it's not gonna fly anymore." Because I'd done the baseball, basketball, soccer, all that.
Oh, so
through elementary school. And then hit middle school, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with all this. Like,
enough.
I'll stick to. I'm a swimmer. So I do swimming.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if you knew that, actually.
I did not. We're learning things here.
Yeah, that's sort of what I did for most of the time. And I was like, I just don't really want to do these team sports anymore. And my mother was like, you're signing up for middle school track and field. And I said, fine, I'll sign up. But there's a little like $20 fee or whatever that you have to pay. She's like, okay, I'll write a check to the school. And the next day, there was no check.
No check.
On the table or the counter, and I was getting... I'm pretty sure I took the bus or something like that, or maybe it was a carpool situation with a neighbor. Yeah. So there was no check, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. I don't want to be late for school.
Say, I got places to be, yeah?
It's like, listen, I'm not gonna wake you up, Mom, so I just left. And
busy guy. You're an independent middle schooler.
Little did I know, but as luck would have it, that was the last day to sign up.
That was the deadline.
Track.
Yeah.
It was the deadline.
So absolutely no late entry.
The teachers were like, if anyone is signing up now, make sure you give us your money. And I was like, yeah. Well, checking my pockets, like, oh, sorry, I must have. I don't have a check or anything like that. Yeah. And like, I guess you can't be in middle school track. I was like, well, it was a good start to the career, but I think we were gonna end it here. Sort of hang up the suit and go from there.
Exactly.
Never looked back.
Hang up the spandex.
Yeah.
That's I'd say you dodged a bullet there, but
apparently dodged tendonitis.
Yeah, you dodged tendonitis. If you're anything like me, I mean,
yeah, I would say we're kind of built the same too. So I would say I might have actually suffered from some form of tendonitis if I had.
Yeah. So I've seen your tendons, I've seen your ligaments. They bear a strong resemblance to mine.
Yeah, they're not great. And as Nathan knows, but as any listeners would not be aware of, unless they are somehow, which would be incredible, is there's a sort of a recurring joke with Nathan and one of our other associates is that I'm not able to jump. I cannot jump.
Yeah. Associates.
I don't have the physical capability to jump. And I would say
you definitely need that for triple jump.
I would say
and long
you
jump,
need it three
high
times.
Jump even, sure.
You would need it three times, and I haven't even
you're
demonstrated
just
that I
running
can do
into
it
the
one
pit,
time.
And they're like, you can't do that.
I could get pretty far if I'm just running, but I definitely don't think I could do triple jump very well on a middle school or even collegiate level.
Right, yeah. Middle or even even at the Olympics. No, no.
I might have to just sort of back it up from there.
Yeah, that's great. But I mean, I guess speaking on structural, I don't know how to say this, the build of our bodies, that kind of ties into some of the alternate names that we had
definitely
considered before we had decided on 3 a.m. in the afternoon.
There were quite a few of them.
There were quite a few, and kind of to. I don't want to leave you waiting. You know, I'm a man who aims to please. One of the alternates was the Lanky Boys, and I think that ultimately we decided that's kind of a difficult show to say, hey, come listen to the Lanky Boys.
Yeah, it's just a little. So I came up with this name. Sure. I was sort of thinking, what's a good name that describes the two of us and what we're trying to talk about, what we're trying to do here.
We're trying to talk about lank.
We're trying to talk about lankiness. And so I was like, we are two lanky boys. We're somewhat tall, sort of,
sure.
On the skinnier side, sort of gangly even is a word you could use. And so I was thinking, the gangly boys, no, probably not. So the lanky boys.
Say that. There we go.
Yeah. Sort of thinking about it some more it is like Nathan said, it's hard to attract people to a podcast named the Lanky Boys because it sort of has that negative connotation of why am I listening to two self-proclaimed boys,
self-proclaimed lanky, self-proclaimed
boys who are, lanky in physique,
in stature,
and why do I care what they have to say about anything for that matter, much less their bodies?
I think one thing that we decided is we don't really want to pigeonhole ourselves into
That's right.
lank being our kind of defining characteristic. This I mean, obviously we're on episode 1. We've got a long ways to go, but I'd like to think that this podcast has the legs, the tall,
hopefully
skinny
no
legs
tendinitis
to go the distance. Yeah, with tendinitis, to go for some period of time, and it's am I gonna have to keep myself lanky for?
Yeah, we might not be
time?
lanky forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and in fact, most historical data would show that people do not remain lanky forever.
When you look at lank over time, it definitely drops off.
It does
in one direction
severely.
Or the other. I guess two of the ones that I really like. Those were actually my top 2 going into it. Goes without saying and needless to say. Unfortunately, those are 2 active phrases. Podcasts.
I was sorry to tell Nathan after we did a bit of a ranking system of which ones we liked best. Pretty official. Nathan had these 2 at the top of his list. And just looking at both of those, I said, there's no way these are available. And I looked it up, and there are 2 pretty prolific podcasts with these names. I just, there are certain markets that we can edge out, I think. But these 2, maybe not so much. So we had to veto them, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, you'd be surprised. I mean, okay, there's a lot of podcasts out there.
There are.
And so you're like, how many of these names are all probably taken? But you look at it, and really, it's either they're dormant, they haven't posted in a while, or they don't even exist. I think one of the ones that was dormant there was batteries not included. I think that was up near the top of my list.
Yeah.
again, kind of just for the nostalgia factor. You don't really hear that much anymore, but it also doesn't, I don't really know how it would have applied. Again, I was just thinking of different phrases. Unfortunately, we were doing our due diligence, kind of going
That's
through,
right.
and there was a podcast. Again, it was kind of dormant, but I think the bigger barrier to entry there is that it was kind of a adult content.
Yeah, a bit adult themed. Some adult sort of topics, stuff that we didn't really want to touch. Sort of,
Yeah.
we didn't want the overlap in listeners. I don't think.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, we'll
Yeah.
take any listeners we can get, but I don't think we didn't want the confusion between our two podcasts.
Yeah,
our
so
two wildly successful podcasts.
We are good for all ages.
That's right.
So we really did
Including
not want
adults.
to get, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, adults, children, anyone. But yeah, so we're like, we don't really want to get misconstrued with this
Yeah.
particular one. Other ones I would be all right duking it out with some folks
Yeah.
over there. And I stated that multiple times, but I mean, I don't know if you believe this or not, but 3 a.m. in the afternoon, actually no podcasts with that name, surprisingly enough.
That's right. With the extensive research that we did across
Yes, which was
multiple
doing
platforms,
a Spotify search.
We
Not
did
even
not
Apple
find
Podcasts.
We did not find a single podcast named 3 a.m. in the afternoon, which I thought was just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, kind of ripe for the taking.
It was very ripe. That's where we're
Ultimately
at.
decided on 3 a.m. in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and I'm happy with it. I think it sort of captures the essence of the podcast.
It definitely does. I will say I'm not sure it captures it yet because I don't think it has too much meaning. Well, but the thing is that
I'm not sure our podcast has too much essence yet either.
Yeah, that's very true.
On the first episode.
It captures our essence in that it doesn't say much.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't said a lot.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. But what I think is good about it is that it's kind of an empty container, an open container, so to speak.
Sure.
No, but it's allows us to fill it with meaning as we go. It kind of
That's poetic.
it grows as we go. So
Nice. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna make it our own.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it is ours. But
Yeah.
no one else has this name. We
Say.
pretty well established. Our lawyers told us to say that.
yeah, believe us.
but
We did seek legal counsel.
We are going to make it our own sort of thing here.
Mhm.
I do want to go back here just briefly to the two truths and a lie here.
Okay.
And it's actually a bit of a confession
Oh.
in that I told a bit of a lie
Oh.
the other day, actually.
Oh. Okay.
And, I just want to get off my chest for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And what happened was I was a little hungry. I was going to actually eat some pizza. There's
Okay.
a great pizza place down here in the downtown Lincoln area. I'm not going to say the name just because we don't.
Right, no
we're not going to
sponsorships.
sponsor them.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
called
yeah, I mean,
Blaze
we're-
Pizza.
We're definitely not going to sponsor them.
Yeah.
But so Blaze Pizza sponsored by 3 a.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. It's called Blaze Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I might have mentioned this to you before, but sometimes when I go to restaurants, just fast food or any restaurant where you have to go up and give your order. So you go up to sort of the counter and you give them your order. This happens to me a lot. Is I give them my food order, I pay for it, and the thing that I'm always dreading to hear is, can we get a name for that?
Oh, I hate that. No.
It's like,
It's like, oh gosh, so much work.
I understand why you need my name, but I don't want to give you my name.
You're a private
But it's
person.
like, I am a
like
private
you mentioned
person.
earlier. That was a truth.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, whatever. It's my name. So I'll tell them my name.
Yeah.
I say,
That's kind of where I'm
Ryan.
at with it. Yeah.
I'm just like, Ryan.
Yeah.
And then this is the second thing I dread hearing, is that they say the name back to you. They say, this is what they say to me. They say, Brian?
Yep.
And that's when I have to make the decision of, do I correct them or not? Like, do I say, no, it's actually Ryan? It's like,
Right.
no, just Ryan, no B.
Yeah.
It's not Brian. It's just,
You say,
it's,
no B.
That's not my
I'm
name.
Ryan. All right. Yeah.
The thing that got me, so most of the time, I will not correct them.
Sure.
Because it's just one food order. Like I can be Brian for a few minutes.
Yeah.
While I wait for my food.
It lets you it gives you a little bit of freedom.
It's sort of, yeah, it's like an out of body experience in a way of like, I am now Brian out observing this space as Ryan gets his food.
Exactly. I think the fun thing about that is that anything you do in that time cannot be tied back to
sure.
Because it's tied back to
it wasn't
Brian.
me. Yeah. And if they had to say who was that person that came in here, there's
Brian.
Well, he said his name was Brian.
Yeah.
So he had a listen, officer. I don't know where he went.
Yeah.
But he said his name was Brian.
It definitely opens the door to crime, which I'm not going to endorse, but it does open the door.
And the door is wide open.
Yeah. Exactly.
So back to Blaze Pizza.
Yes. Yeah.
No crime took place, but this time I was going to correct them. So they asked for my name. I said Ryan. And she said, Brian?
Yeah.
And I was like, today, I don't want to be Brian. I want to be Ryan. The problem was, she had already started writing Brian on the little piece of paper. So if you don't know how Blaze works, they have this little piece of paper. They put your order on it. It's like basically the paper that the pizza goes onto.
It is basically like that.
It literally is. I don't know why I said basically. It's just the paper that the pizza goes onto. They write your order on this piece of paper, and then they make the pizza sort of passing it down and looking at your order. Mm-hmm. So she had already written my name, Brian, on the paper. It's like, what do I do now? I'm going to have you cross it out and write it again? That's just not even... Now you've made my life even harder. Yeah. The thing that really got me was she asked if the name was right as she was writing it down.
Yeah. She was overconfident.
She was.
That's the big issue.
Like, I know that I didn't mishear you, but I'm going to ask, like, I have to ask you if it really is your name. But I know that it's Brian. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, the problem was, as we, made the pizza, I paid for the pizza and everything was good, but I walked back to where I was waiting to get my pizza with the idea of like, I'm not Brian today.
Okay.
So 10 minutes pass and they call pizza for Brian. I'm thinking, where the hell is this Brian guy? And why isn't he getting his pizza? Like the pizza that we're waiting for Brian's pizza. This is probably holding up my pizza. So maybe this guy should just come over to and it took me about 10 15 seconds before I realized, oh yeah, I'm Brian. That's my pizza. I should go and get that. Got my pizza. It was great. It was great pizza. Wasn't too pleased with the customer service.
Yeah, kind of had a bitter taste in your mouth from.
I did have a bit of I was a little good, but it was a good pizza. I enjoyed it, but that was sort of the lie that I lived with for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And frankly, I don't think I would change it.
You don't? Okay. No regrets.
I don't think that I would, because it all comes back to writing it down on the piece of paper. It's like, there's not a lot of room on those pieces of paper. Is she going to have to get a new order for me if I correct her? It's just not worth it. Yeah. I'm going to live with the lie. Yeah. I'm going to change my name.
My displeasure is worth less than kind of the displeasure or discomfort I would be putting on them. Or not discomfort, but
definitely.
You know what I'm saying. Well, hey, good for you. Good for you for first of all, confessing it, but then also not regretting it. I like that.
I'll confess to it, but I'm not going to go back on what I did.
So I think this provides a good opportunity to kind of brainstorm how we might be able to fix this in the future.
No, you're definitely right.
Because you don't regret it, but I don't want you to be put in this situation again. I want it to be right the first time. So I think the first thing that came to my mind was kind of doing a James Bond kind of situation. You say Ryan Ruby. Because Ruby is not a name that you hear and you're like, oh, yep, I got it. I'm on it. Yeah. You don't start writing right away. So they're going to be like, what was that? And then you say, Ryan Ruby. I don't know. Yeah, that would require a full name, though. And I know you're a private guy, so.
I like it, yeah. Well, I was thinking, I hadn't thought about the full name sort of James Bond style. Yeah. Maybe I should look into that.
Well, yeah.
I was thinking just enunciating a little better.
Okay. No. That can't be.
That's usually it's like the problem is with these establishments is that there's usually loud music playing, like blasting through like some pop hits from a few years ago that you sort of remember, but you're like, it was okay.
Yeah.
And they're not really listening. Like they're listening, but they're sort of just like, I'm here to get your food. I'm not here to like hear your life story,
right.
Which I'm sure a lot of people tell them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be one of those people, but they're sort of half listening. Like they just need to hear the name to write it down.
Yeah.
And the other problem is like, at the end of the day, if they get the name wrong, you're going to come to them for your food, right?
Okay.
Like if you don't get your food, what are you just gonna leave? Like you're just like, yes. Oh, I didn't get my food, but I paid for it, and I'm just, I don't know. I like some people might do that. Personally, I am a little socially awkward, but I would go up and say, hey, like, can I have my food now? And they'd be like, we only got orders for Brian's. So
I'm gonna need to see some ID. All right. Say Brian. These aren't the same names.
See, that's the part that is concerning, is that they never ask you to prove that it's you. But one of these times, if they ask me to prove that it's my food, that I'm Brian Ruby, then I am gonna have an issue because. What am I gonna do? Like, no, like they just misheard me. I actually am Brian. Like this is me. And
you might
like,
get arrested.
Okay, buddy. We've heard that one before.
Yeah. Well, I think this does provide another opportunity, which is they say, hey, can I get a name for the order? And you just show them your ID. You say,
right here, just sort of flash the badge. Like,
say,
I'm. Yeah. You see that? Can you read that?
So I think that's another opportunity. I would like to go ahead and shut down the Ryan Ruby because I think that would result in infinitely more confusion.
A little missteps. I didn't really want to bring that up. I didn't want to make you feel bad, but I do agree that I'm going to make you feel bad now and say that that's not a really good idea.
Yeah.
It would probably be much, much worse.
Right. That's true. The other one I was thinking of is if it's usually Brian, you can again kind of catch them off guard. You can say, no B, Ryan. Or you could say Brian, but without the B.
Brian, but without the B. I like that.
Because then you're telling them right away.
It's
no B.
It's sort of like Brian, hold the B.
Yeah.
Also hold the ketchup.
No pineapple.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just getting into the order right up front.
Yeah.
Brian.
I like
that's
that. Yeah.
No B.
Because then it's like no confusion. It's like sort of like, okay, you're definitely not Brian.
I think it would be confusing.
It'd be confusing.
You say I'm Brian.
If you say Brian, hold the B.
Yeah.
They're not writing down Brian. Like,
they are not.
Or they're crazy.
They're confused.
They're writing down Brian after they hear that. They're like, hold on, let me think for a second. Yeah. Okay. Maybe they write down Brian, but they cross out the B. Like they're like, get that out of here. Get it out of here.
Yeah.
And
now we're kind of back to where we were, where you could have crossed out the B.
So that's another thing that I forgot to mention, actually, is that she did write down Brian, but she wrote it Brian. So if she had crossed out the B then it's Ryan, not really my name.
I was gonna say she did a great job. I think that's how you spell Brian. Usually people get tripped up and they put brain instead.
That is true.
But that's good, and I think that provides an opportunity for me to open up, and hopefully maybe I could get some brainstorming from you, because this is an issue that happens to me a lot. Where they say very similar situation to your end, really.
Okay.
They say, "Can I get a name for the order?" And I go, Nathan. And first of all, what names do you think they're getting me confused for?
Nathan. So I'm thinking,
that would have been correct.
I'm thinking if they're not doing 2 syllables, then they're crazy. So I'm thinking Jason, maybe.
Sure.
Mason.
Sure.
Statham.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
Say it is me. I think Ethan would also be potentially.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ethan.
Well, all those would be wrong. And in fact, your
Okay.
assumption that it's 2 syllables would also be wrong. Because
Wow.
so many times they write Nick.
Nick.
I don't
Out
know
of
how they
Nathan.
get there. I guess I just have an issue of
They
trailing
made a
off.
Nick out of Nathan.
I start,
know.
yeah, exactly. I start strong. I go Nate,
Uh-huh.
and then I trail off, I guess. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
you sort of
going on.
mumble the last syllable there.
Yeah, I say Nathan.
Yeah.
And I will say,
like
I
that.
think part of this was, I think a lot of my issues with this happened during the pandemic when I was wearing masks and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And so maybe that is an issue, but I feel like I've still had it outside of that. And that's just, it catches me off guard. And honestly, it has been a little bit since it's happened to me. So I don't remember if I usually correct them or not. But I think I do usually. You know, I have that confidence. Usually they're not writing it in permanent marker. They're just typing it into a system. So
Well, I'll agree that even the whole Ryan Brian thing happened to me a lot more when you wear a mask. Like every time that it happened almost every time, I want to say.
okay.
To me, when I was wearing a mask
Wow.
at some fast food place or something. Now I just go through the drive-through, no problem. Just give me my food. You don't need a name, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
But-
mean, I guess I can understand. Okay. Actually, I totally understand because they're calling out names. So I'm like, do you really need my? I mean, my name is associated with my credit card. I think sometimes at
Sure.
at places that use like Square, it'll get it. What other questions are they? Can I get a name for the order?
Can I get a birthday?
Yeah. Can I
for
get a
the-
birthday for the order?
Happy
No.
birthday, Nick!
Yeah. Say you got both of those wrong. My birthday's not for 8 months. I don't know how you got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I get a sibling's name for the order? Say,
I'm actually an only child.
Yeah, so I can't do that. I can't do that for you. I think the solution, similar to your enunciation thing, is I need to come at it, with more.
Just come out strong. You come out strong.
Finish
and finish
strong.
strong.
Finish strong.
Yeah.
Say Nathan. Nathan.
You should be. Yeah. Come on. Practice. Practice
Yeah.
that. Come on.
Say red leather, yellow leather,
Nathan.
red leather.
Exactly.
I'll work on that. I'll monitor that. I'll update you.
If it happens, I want to hear about it because I'll definitely keep you posted. I have been eating a lot of fast food recently, probably too much for my own good. So, like I said, I've been going through the drive-through. They haven't been asking for my name as of late. That might change.
Yeah.
So, I'll keep you posted on that.
100%. I appreciate that.
Sure.
I think we're gonna wrap up episode 1 here. Ruby, take us away.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
I love putting you on the spot.
thank you for listening. If you are listening, if you're not listening, if you're not listening, then I don't really have anything that I need to say to you, I guess.
Yeah, I almost did.
You want to hear it. But if anyone wants to sponsor the podcast,
Okay,
just,
that's a good.
message
good
me directly. Don't message Nathan.
Okay.
He doesn't want to know about that.
Say
I'll figure
at,
all that
at
stuff
Ryan
out.
Ruby on Instagram with an H.
Yep.
I'll let you
Ryan
figure out
Ruby.
where
I
the
think
H
there might be
goes.
a period in there or something. I'm not
Say at
entirely sure.
Brian Ruby.
Yeah, at Brian Ruby. I have both accounts. So people confuse us all the time.
Leave us a review if you're feeling like
You
it.
should leave us a review.
I think
5 stars.
only Apple Podcasts. Well, I think Spotify has reviews, but you don't actually type out
Spotify,
any messages.
I think did add in stars.
Which is like, what are you doing? All right.
We take all sorts of stars, but mostly 5 stars.
We actually we don't take all types of stars. We take only 5 stars. That is all we
Yeah.
take. And then Apple Podcasts. Leave us
Drop
a
a
review
review.
if you're feeling
Let
like
us
it.
know which handedness you are.
Yes,
right or
yeah.
left.
Oh, we want to make sure that we're balanced. So if you know any left-handed or right-handed people and you're the opposite, get them on board.
Yeah,
let them
that's
know.
right.
Thanks so much for coming this far. I mean, my goodness, spending an hour-ish of your time.
Yep.
Appreciate it, y'all. This is probably now somewhere around 4 a.m. in the afternoon.
That's right.
So hope you're having a good time. I'll see you. Hold on.
Okay.
I've got an idea. Maybe start off. Okay, the idea is we start off with an alarm sound.
Okay.
Meh, meh, meh.